Alright, hey guys, welcome back to the discussion thread, and today we have the title of Why Does the AI Deposit High Value Prisoners to the Nearest Town by Battle? And we have a couple of dev replies, some in-depth ones, so I thought why not, let's check it out, let's see if we can learn anything new. So without further ado, I'm going to link it down below, and let's get right to it. Alrighty, so the original poster starts out by saying, does the AI have no need of the money involved? They should simply go to the tavern and sell them instead of depositing them in the dungeon, unless they think keeping prisoners stops a war. It doesn't, they miss out on dough. Okay. If I'm not mistaken, so they do definitely deposit the prisoners, but if I'm not mistaken, you do also receive gold from those parties that do deposit that, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe you gold from something else. But let's keep reading and see what people have to say. Says the only way to cool down from enemy waves. This person says no, they don't need the money. That's not true. They do need the money. That is not true at all, actually. All right, let's see what the dev has to say. So the dev says, yes, we saw this problem last week too and noted it. Okay, so this is noted. They need money as the player does. Yeah, they do. It is better to sell them instead of adding them to prison roster of the town. There are no money cheats in the game. NPC lords get, well, I guess no direct money cheats, but they do share money inside kingdoms. Sometimes clans can go bankrupt and they cannot give wages to their garrisons or parties, and their garrisons/parties lose men constantly. It is very rare, but even sometimes some lords cannot buy food and they starve. Yes, it's a lot rare now because our snowball score and our overall, I don't know how else to explain it. It's just like the snowball score. It pretty much calculates how equally all the kingdoms are. You know what I'm saying? Not how equally. How can I explain it? It pretty much explains how close together the kingdoms are in terms of strength and just in terms of survivability and all of that and how long they survive. And right now we're in a very good place for that. So it doesn't happen as much, but it still does happen. And they say game does not give lords free food or money. You play the game since first day. You know this. Called him out, man. Called him out. He said, bro, you know what it is. You played this game before. And exactly, they do need the money. They, you know what I mean? They do the same stuff the player does. And then we have another point saying, I apologize if I told wrong too. And you alright, man? It's not that big of a deal. Is it true that the AI doesn't have to find or buy horses for troop levels, or is that false too? Your statement is half false. They still find horses for the speed and also the inventory space, but in terms of leveling up, they do not. But the devs have stated that they are planning to actually implement that for NPCs in the near future. But let's see what the dev has to say. Let's see how right I am. Maybe we'll see. But he says, yes, this is one of the cheats currently AI is doing. There are less cheats AI is doing currently. They get one extra slot while recruiting men from notables. That is true. And they do not need horses to upgrade troops. Yep. They also get a small XP, a small daily XP for their troops. After they die, they respawn with several 10 to 15 initial troops near them. These are 4 important cheats that remained in the game. However, NPC lord parties do not get food or money from air. True. They also share money, but I guess that's not a cheat. That's just like a feature. You know what I mean? That makes sense. But alright, what else we got? And then we have another player and then a dev explanation. So the player, Jesus Christ, a lot. And the player states, in what patch has this changed? I witnessed directly and reported that, in fact, not paying wages does not cause garrison units to disband. The parties will disband as morale becomes very low, and now with moral changes it is more likely from not paying. However, I did not see this happen. I assumed they got their safety net pay to keep them from doing so, but if they say they don't, okay, I don't even know what I don't know what this player is talking about. Okay, continue saying it surely doesn't. Wait, it just doesn't make sense though. Surely Without free money and food, a fiefless faction with its parties being repeatedly defeated would stop being able to function in the field, not be able to pay ransoms, and be beaten by bandits forever. But they in fact remain perpetually doing hostile things with no failsafe, never being truly broken, not being forced to leave the player alone and pursue money to rebuild. Well, no, that's not true. Like I said before, they do share money. The rich clans share money with the poor clans, and obviously, like you saw right here, as he stated, they start off with initial men that they can start doing stuff automatically. They get XP, so those men do get better, and they have more slots to what's it called, recruit men. So yeah, I don't know where that's from, but okay. So then let's call it. Dev explains there is a kingdom budget feature which can help poor clans in the kingdom. Exactly what I was just talking about. If a clan leader's money goes below 30k, they get help from kingdom budget. Boom. However, this budget can be easily depleted if several clans get use of it for about 1 to 2 years. Kingdom budget is created by payment from rich clans in the same kingdom. Boom. You redistribute the wealth. It'd be cool if it was like that in the real world, but haha. It's a controversial topic. But yeah. So currently player is not getting help from this feature, or player is not also paying to kingdom budget if he is rich. We can add player to this system also. That would be very cool. That would be very cool. So if you join, let's say, kingdom, and you're not that wealthy, you're going to get instantly boosted. But once you get too successful, you're going to be taxed higher, which, again, very controversial system in this day and age. It shouldn't be. There's a very easy solution, but just so we don't keep this video controversial, I'm not going to give my stance, but I'm going to give a hint. I like how the game handles it. There you go. But he says, I see no big risk for gameplay to add player to this system. Also, only downside will be player is usually richest guy in kingdom, and he will have to pay the kingdom budget daily if he has more dinars than 100k. 1% of exceed money for 1 million, that is 9k daily. Okay. Maybe we can do this 0.5% for player, otherwise so much. You ready for the hot take? I don't think it's so much. How about that? I think it makes sense. In a way, if you have, over a couple million, you sharing that money, and then the poor clans using it, using that money, will actually improve the overall kingdom, your overall kingdom position. It'll make you a lot stronger. It will make all your other armies a lot stronger. So in a way it makes sense, but maybe, yeah, we should maybe start with 0.5%. That kind of makes sense too. This can be frustrated for players, so rich players do not want to join kingdoms. Also, if we add player to this system, he can maybe abuse this kingdom budget help, daily 1k, with spending all money on buying expensive equipment to hold his goal below 30k. This can create problem. This could create opportunity, that finesse. So what he's talking about pretty much is if you as the player got a daily 1k from the kingdom budget, and if you stay below 30k, you would keep receiving that daily 1k, and every time, let's say you reach 30k, you go to a town and you buy something very expensive, and then you go back to 0, you go back up to, and then daily you go back up to 30k, you buy more expensive gear, and you stack up all your expensive gear, and then when you're ready to become super mega wealthy, you just go to towns, sell that gear back, and then your money's just going to stack up like crazy. And pretty much what you do in smithing in a way. You know what I mean? It would be another way to kind of cheese the game. Kind of like how smithing currently cheeses the game. And then Dev continues, says, maybe we can count all equipment he has in inventory, and if total value of equipment of the player has passed 30k, he cannot get help from kingdom budget. That would suck. I don't agree with that. Because, some equipment, like even mid-grade, like having mid-grade, like your player being fully suited up in just like some kind of average mid-game type of armor and weaponry, that can already be so close to 30k, probably exceeding already. So it would kind of suck. Yeah, so it would be abused. You know what I mean? It is what it is. So I don't think there's any way to pass that without making it so restrictive. as in, you know, doing the whole total value of equipment, which would pretty much defeat the purpose in my opinion. Huh. I don't know. I don't know how you could do it then. I'm wondering if they can do an or statement. You can do something along the lines like, uh, if dinars, if the dinar actual, you know, number passes 30K, they stop receiving it. Or if they have, let's say for example, over 100K in gear or 100K in their inventory worth of stuff. You know what I mean? If they can do that type of or, then they get cut off. You know what I mean? Give them a little bit more leeway than 30K when it comes to all their equipment in their inventory combined. I think that should be how. I think that would be a good kind of so people can kind of abuse the system, but not really, because with all the fees, whenever you sell items, it would kind of balance out in a way. I think they should make it, if the number of dinars you have is 30K or below. I mean, if it passes 30K, then you stop receiving it. And then if you wanted to count, you can have it like an if or statement. So if dinars reaches 30K, stop payments. Or if total value of inventory reaches 100K, stop payments. It's one or the other. If one of those gets triggered, payments stop. I think that would be the best way to do it. And then he says, so we can add players to the system if you can get rid of abuses. I think that's the best way you can do it. You still can get abused, but not by that much. Also, if we show this kingdom budget value somewhere in diplomacy tab, this can be very good information for a player to follow and how things are going in the world. Yes, that'd be very cool as well. Also, additional information at 1.5.10 tests. We see that this kingdom budget is usually below 1 million for each kingdom. Usually clan leaders have less than 100K, so they do not pay kingdom budget much shares. If a clan has lots of fiefs in a kingdom, its clan leader's money can go up to 100K. To hurt a kingdom economically, raids are so important. Do raids more. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. If you want to obviously ruin the economy and ruin that kingdom budget and make some clans a lot more poor in a way, then the more raids you do, the worse the income will get, the more they will have to borrow. And then when everyone's income gets very low and there's nothing to borrow, they're out of luck. There's no one to really borrow from because nobody's rich. So yeah, raids are important. If enough raids are done, they're very important. Like the 1 or 2 raids isn't really going to affect anything, but if you consistently raid, then you can do some damage. But there it is, some more information. This is cool to know that this is all the current cheats, because I can never find all the current cheats in one place, and I like that he stated it right over here. I might even make a video just like showcasing all of them put together, just to kind of visualize it for people. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully you learned something. Ask me any questions and concerns, and like always, stay safe.